Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday, everybody. QA, software engineer, front end, back end. Now, when you read this job description, it looks pretty decent. Like, it looks like something I would be like, wow, this is kind of a cool company. And then there's a bullet point that really stands out. So let's look at it real quick. We're a flat organization and prioritize efficiency. That sounds pretty cool. We work as a team and every input and suggestion is taken into account no matter who it comes from. Okay, so I'm not just a number. That's pretty cool. We are a meritocracy and people who show good abilities or skills can move up in the organization fast, get raises, etc. Here's the red flag. We expect people to work full-time without side gigs. It's a big deal because this company is making you completely dependent upon them. They control essentially what you do with your free time. Let's say it's a Saturday and you want to go sell some cookies in the neighborhood. You're not allowed to do that anymore. A lot of times companies have this thing where it's a conflict of interest, like you can't do the same kind of job, but this one just says you can't work any other jobs, even if it's uncompensated, even if you have your own hobby projects that you want to do, you're still not allowed to do it. Imagine you're a freelancer, because that's essentially a contractor, self-employed person, and you go and you get a client and you start working on that client, but that client says, you better not have any other clients but me. That's what this is. That's the same thing. How many times have you gone to an interview and the interviewer person is like, what kind of side projects are you working on? If you worked at this company and you wanted to change companies, you'd have to be like, well, I wasn't allowed to work on any side gigs outside of the company, so I don't really have any side projects to show you right now. Your GitHub that you'll show to the interviewer will be completely and utterly empty. Now, they do say if you work good and do well and whatever, they'll pay you more, but let's look at the actual pay for this position. The salary is $10 to $15 an hour USD as a contractor, depending on skills, experience, proficiency. Equity is also available for outstanding applicants. Okay, just ignore equity. Again, 90% chance of being worthless. This is what they want you to know. Experience with TypeScript and Jest, experience with Selenium, Cypress, and other E2E frameworks, unit testing, test plans, test cases, white box and black box testing, Python, PyTest. They want a bunch of different things. And in my opinion, for 40 hours a week or more, for $10 to $15 an hour as a contractor is trash. Now, if you don't understand the ramifications of being a contractor, you pay more taxes. Now, you might be like, Josh, well, you're always telling us it's good to be contractor, self-employed, because that's essentially what you are. And it is. It's great because you have access to business expenses, meaning you can reduce your overall taxable income at the end of the year. The thing here is that you still need income to be able to business expense. If you want a business expense like a new camera, like I would for this channel, you still have to make the $5,000 or whatever it is to be able to buy the camera and then write it off at the end of the year. So let me show you how much money you'd actually be making per year working 40 hours a week with this kind of money, self-employed. We'll bust out the calculator. We'll put in $15. We'll multiply the $15 by 2080, which is the amount of hours you would work in a year. That comes out to $31,200. That doesn't seem very bad. Let's start putting in the taxes, assuming zero business expenses. The first thing you have to do is take off 15.3% as self-employed. Why do you have to pay 15.3%? Well, that's Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security. This is basically known as the FICA tax. When you work at a regular job and you get a W-2, they pay 7.65% of this and you pay the other 7.65%. But when you're self-employed, you're the company and you're the employee, right? So you have to pay both. That comes out to 15.3%. So that comes out to $4,773 that you have to pay right off the top. And then after that, you have to pay income tax, state income tax, and federal income tax. We'll do federal income tax first. I have the rates here. So from $0 to $9,875, you pay 10%. That is $987. $987. This is the amount that you have to pay 12% on. State tax from that, so $26,000. We'll go ahead and minus 5%. That's the state tax in Utah. Now let's add up all of the tax that we have to pay. $4,773, $987, $1,982, $1,320. This is your tax burden that you have to pay. $31,200 a year minus $9,062. That's $22,138. I know that was a long calculation, but I just want to show you that when you're a contractor, you have to pay more taxes. Now, again, this can be good because you can business expense things, but you still have to have the money to business expense. You can do things like if you have to travel for work, or you can expense a portion of your home office, or you can expense a portion of your phone bill, unless you have two, which is when one is dedicated and one's not. Otherwise, it's a mixed use expense. Just saying that $22,000 isn't a lot of money to live on in the first place. We could do the other side of it for $10 an hour, which is even more insane. So this is how much money you would make at $10 an hour working full-time. $14,822 to do all of this stuff. Now, if you live in a really cheap country, because it's remote, I mean, this money could potentially stretch and provide you a decent livelihood. I think for most people, you'd need to work a side job, and they're not allowing you to do that. Typically, it's kind of like don't ask, don't tell type of thing, but they're just flat out saying if we catch you working a side gig, you're done. This is a huge issue that I think a lot of people maybe overlook. For me, someone capping my income, if I have an emergency, oh, I need to go make some side cash real quick, I can't afford this, I don't want to put it on the credit card and get into debt or whatever. You can't do that. Here are some Glassdoor reviews about this company. Occasional necessity to work at night as well as during weekends. Neither is compensated above regular payments. Okay, so right there's the proof in the pudding that you're not going to get paid overtime. Another one of the top reasons I love working at Self-Decode is because it is constantly growing and improving. The sky is the limit. No, it's not. You're limited to what they pay you. You're limited to what you can work on. You're limited to the tech stack they choose. Oh, you don't get any paid time off, and you don't get any health insurance. I didn't even think about that one, but that's true. You don't get any vacation. Anyways, guys, that's all I have for you. Don't work jobs that prohibit you from having side gigs. It's very selfish of them and very controlling of them, and just giant red flags everywhere. If you enjoyed the video, if you learned a thing or two, go ahead and click like, click subscribe, double smash thumbs down if you hate this type of content. And let me know what you think. I have some links in the description if you'd like to support the channel. And if you have any business questions, put them in the comments. So thanks so much. I'll see you in the next one.